Good evening, America, and welcome to the 5-Minute News Hour. We have a special broadcast tonight, and you'll find out in a couple of seconds. Want to find out now? Well, too bad! You have to wait! Good evening, America. Welcome to the 5-Minute News Hour. I'm Brian Garland. Our top story tonight: President Barack Obama spoke on the White House lawn today about the death of Trayvon Williams and urged every aspect of the case to be investigated to the fullest. The president spoke of the tragedy on a personal level, saying that he feels for the parents and thinks of his own family whenever he hears about the case, telling the reporters, "If I had a son, he'd look like Trayvon," before kind of staring off and saying, "And we'd play basketball together, and watch White Sox games, and Joe Biden would finally bring me to that train fort he's always been telling us about, and then we could watch The Simpsons while the ladies are upstairs watching Downton on Sundays. Michelle!" And for our next story tonight, we go to my co-anchor, Mr. Kevin Garland. Kevin?
Good evening, America, and a special shout-out to Liam and the rest of the dum-dums in Pennsylvania. News today: Whitney Houston's cause of death was disclosed yesterday. Shockingly, cocaine was found in her system. I never saw that coming, did you, Brian?
Never.
Well, the cocaine in her heart condition contributed to the accidental drowning cited in the preliminary cause of death. Nancy Grace and Kevin Costner refused to comment. Neither did Bobby Brown, stating that silence is my prerogative.
Thank you, Kevin. Our next story: 2 California men have been arrested and are suspected of stealing nearly $25,000 of diesel fuel from a gas station over the last 9 months. Police became suspicious when the 2 men did not shout, "Are you goddamn kidding me?" while filling up their tank. The attorney for the men plans to argue that if Newt Gingrich were president, they only would have stolen a couple of $1,000s worth of gas. Obama.
And in more gas news, the Exxon Valdez, the tanker involved in the 1989 oil spill travesty, has been sold to a company in India as scrap metal. The black box in the pilot's cabin was recovered and has been deciphered. Captain Joseph Hazelwood's last words before running aground were, "No, I said Tanker Ray on the rocks, Tanker Ray on the rocks." Back to you, Bri.
Thank you. The Santorum campaign revealed that it had raised nearly $300,000 from selling the former Pennsylvania's signature sweater vest online to supporters. Word out of Bluffington today is that former child star Doug Funny from the cartoon show Doug is distancing himself from the Santorum campaign, adding, "I don't care what Mr. Santorum's religious beliefs are, there's nothing wrong with the relationship me and my blue husband share." When asked if Santorum could stay in the race despite trailing Romney in the polls, Mr. Funny's elderly neighbor assured us that he could, though he would advise against it, telling reporters it could be, very expensive.
Thanks, Bri. More news. Bank of America, the proud author of the $5 debit card fee, has begun a pilot program offering mortgage customers facing foreclosure a chance to stay in their homes as renters. Quote, "It's a lot easier to evict renters than to foreclose on owners," said a Bank of America spokesperson as he hurried past Zuccotti Park on his way to a 1 o'clock tea time at Trump National. Not to be outdone, Governor Rick Perry of Texas, Phil Bryant of Mississippi, and Robert Bentley of Alabama are now offering unemployed minority constituents the long-term career option of slavery, with the possibility of becoming sharecroppers in 100 years. Maybe, not really.
Thanks, Daddy-O. President Obama recommended Dartmouth President Jim Yong Kim, that's right, to head the World Bank today to replace current President Robert Zoellick after he leaves the post in June. "Asian people running our banks? Stick to fellas," said the racist baby, a 6-week-old bigot.
Additionally, Kroger and Stop & Shop have joined Safeway and Food Lion in agreeing not to sell beef that includes an addition called pink slime. "Fucking perfect," said a spokesperson from White Castle, while Ronald McDonald grabbed the champagne bottle and said, "Raise your glass."
It's a Pink song. Even I didn't get it at first. He's good.
Oh, I'm good.
Now for sports!
Yeah?
All right. The Texas Rangers refuse to give up the idea that everything's bigger in Texas. At the ballpark in Arlington this spring and summer, guests will be able to buy the $26 Champion Dog, which consists of a 1-pound hot dog covered in sautéed onions, chili, and shredded cheese. This just into the 5-minute news hour. The following players have requested trades to Texas: Prince Fielder, Miguel Cabrera, Bartolo Colon, CC Sabathia, Rex Ryan, and Zach Finch.
Hell, more sports. Hello again, everyone. Howard Cosell telling you. Televangelist Pat Robertson decrying the shabby treatment God-fearing Tim Tebow received at the hands of John Beelzebub Elway said, and I quote, "And you just ask yourself, okay, so Peyton Manning was a tremendous MVP quarterback, but he's been injured. If that injury comes back, Denver will find itself without a quarterback. And in my opinion, that would serve them right." Way to go, Pat. And why is everyone picking on the Saints? Godless Goodell just hates religion.
More on the Texas hot dog story. The Rangers plan to advertise it as the perfect baseball snack, just the kind of thing that Babe Ruth would have eaten after a long night of whoring and drinking and clap spreading. Gin swilling and clap spreading was how I first wrote it, and that was better.
Gin swilling, clap spreading.
There you go.
On a personal note, word pronunciation is very important. Yesterday, I went to a Mediterranean deli and asked for hummus. I was led to a back room and given a very bulky vest to wear. It was only after I was forced to bow down facing Mecca that all concerned realized I was there for hummus. Next time, I'll stick to the baba ganoush.
No.
And that's the way it is. Friday, March 23rd, 2012. This is Walter Cronkite reporting.
Have a good night and a great night.
I love you, Brian.
Thanks,
Yeah, he's the best. This guy, hey, what a progeny.